Good morning. You're welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform Facebook Live from Trade Impest Trade Academy. My name is Dele Ayimibo, and we continue our conversation this morning on the fact that Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars, but Nigerian state have been impoverished by bad managers who have not taken responsibility to help the state grow. And these are advised to our new set of governors in different states of the Federation, that we can do all we need to do to be able to make Nigerian state great again. I'll be talking this morning on oranges, citrus in general, and I'll be looking as usual at the market size of citrus, of orange, the countries buying, the countries selling, then the states in Nigeria that are producing, and where we are. Remember, our agric in Nigeria is done by default. Because our agric in Nigeria is done by default, anything you see that Nigeria is producing, and Nigeria is among the top 10 in the world, is to tell you that Nigeria can be the best in the world if we can begin to do it intentionally, not by default as it is right now. Like I said, Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. What we've not done is to be able to tap into the potential of what Nigerian state can really do as far as export is concerned. When you look at opportunity that we have, the things that we can do in terms of production, then you begin to ask yourself, so why are we not doing it? We are not doing it because, of course, we have alternative. And as long as we have alternative, we will not think of doing it. Understandably so, because there is a way adversity makes man to begin to think. There's a way adversity makes man to think and find solution to his problem. If you want to see the ingenuity of human beings, if you want to see the best of a man comes out of him, you know what you see? Adversity. If he's faced with a challenge, in the bid to survive, he's going to do something about it. And that's why you notice when we went into recession, we were able to come out of it easily because we were desperate. We're desperate. We're desperate to get ourselves out of this goddamn challenge we are faced with. Now, basically what I'm saying is that we have everything actually it takes to be able to overcome it. But the only challenge is that we've not taken advantage of what we need to do. Like I said, understandably so, because of who we are and the way we reason and think and what drives most of the things that we do. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. I've been saying this now this is the 25th episode, that Nigerian state have no reason to be poor. Everything Nigerian state needs to survive is available for Nigerian state. What has happened is that Nigerian state have shied away from most of the things they need to do. We have everything it takes. When I begin to look at oranges today again, you'll be wondering that, is it not just ordinary orange? Is it not just ordinary orange? How come some countries are able to make so much from ordinary orange, but some other countries are able to make nothing from ordinary orange? As ordinary as that orange is making some countries to make billions of dollars. As ordinary as it might look, as insignificant as it might look, it's making some state to make some countries rather to make a lot of money. You know, when you think about the fact that some countries survive solely on what they are able to produce and in agric, and some other country are not looking at that same thing they have, then you begin to tell you that, okay, like the people in the southwest Nigeria will say, those that have head don't have cap. Those that have cap don't have head. Those that have head don't have cap. Those that have cap don't have head. You understand what I mean? That's the translation in Yoruba. In the sense that those have opportunity, they are not utilizing it. Those that need opportunity, those that can utilize it, don't have opportunity. Those that have opportunity cannot utilize it. Those that don't have that opportunity, those that have the capacity to utilize the opportunity, don't have the opportunity. And that's life for you. How can you explain the fact that Nigerian states have everything to survive, but Nigerian state is not taking advantage of all that it needs to survive? That is instructive to me, and that's just telling us that, look, Nigerian states have everything it needs to survive, but Nigerian states have refused to do everything it needs to survive. Like I said, as long as Nigerian states are having options of what to do, how to feed themselves, if that option is available, they will not do anything about it. As long as that option is available, they will not do anything about it. Why? There is no basis for desperation. There's no reason for desperation. Why is there no reason for desperation? Of course, there are options. Why is there no reason for desperation? There are options. If I have an option, why should I be worried? If I have an option, why should I be worried? If I have an option, why should I be worried? But the fact is that the option is not good enough. Because the option is like, I don't even know how to describe it. The option is like slavery. That's why some state governor cannot do some things in their state, because they know they can stop the allocation from Abuja. And that means, since they came in to spend the money, they didn't come in to make the money. That becomes a challenge for them. The question is, what is the governor looking for? Has he come in to make money for the state to be able to survive? You know, sometimes when you see Nigerian politicians say they want to serve, you begin to look at, okay, which service are you rendering? And you want to serve, that's what you claim you want to do. But you are so desperate to serve us that even when we say we don't want you, even when we say we don't want you, you still want to impose yourself on us. And why? Because indeed, when you say you want to serve us, you really are not serving us. You are really serving your pocket. So many are really serving their pocket. They are not serving the people. Because if indeed they are serving the people, you know what will happen? They will do everything to assist the people. They will do everything to support the people. They will do everything to ensure the people can survive. How do you explain the situation in which state governors are unable to pay salaries and these states have oranges? What if I tell you that oranges, the market of oranges in the world, the export market of oranges in the world is in billions of dollars, specifically $5.36 billion. Specifically, $5.36 billion. Specifically, $5.36 billion. That's almost 10 trillion naira. That's almost like half, about 2 or 3 trillion naira. We have everything to be able to survive, but we've not utilized it. So let's look at the states in Nigeria that really can produce orange. A lot of states in Nigeria have the capacity to produce orange, but I was reading something online and that was interesting to me. Major citrus producing states in Nigeria include Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Ebonyi, Kaduna, Taraba, Ekiti, Imo, Kwara, Edo, Delta. In that order, Benue is the largest producer. You know, I was in Kano last week, and I met one of the commodity merchants in Kano, and he was telling me about Benue. He was telling me the fact that how much Benue have to offer this country in terms of agric, and how low Benue is doing. And the fact that most people there are really, when people are doing business just for comfort and convenience, they're not thinking globally. They're not thinking how to take the business out or take it global. And there's lack of capacity to be able to do that which we are talking about. But we were talking about Benue and how much Benue can offer, in terms of capacity that Benue have for agric in Nigeria. But of course, Benue have not lived to its responsibility at all. From mango to orange to yam. Just think of that's why they call themselves the food basket of the nation. Benue, don't call yourself food basket of the nation. Call yourself food exporter of the nation. Not food basket of food producer, food exporter of the nation. because there's so much agricultural products that Benue can produce and export. And when you look at the debt profile of Benue, you will weep. When you look at the income that Benue is making also, you will weep. Because you'll be wondering that, how can the scripture be this true? Much food is in the tillage of the poor. The people are poor, yet there's much food. Do you know that Benue total income of Benue is about 66 billion last year? Benue is making 1/6 of his income internally generated revenue. So Benue is making less than 20%. Less than 20%. So out of the 66 billion, 11 is generated from Benue and locally. The remaining are generated from Abuja. So that means if Abuja does not provide any fund, Benue cannot survive. If you then check the debt profile of Benue, Benue is owing over about $110 billion. Benue is owing about 110 billion naira. Sorry, not dollars, billion naira. 110 billion. Benue is owing about 110 billion naira. Why is Benue owing this much? Benue is owing this much simply because Benue have refused to do what he needs to do. There's a state in Nigeria that should not. If there's a state in Nigeria that should not complain to anybody that they need money, it should be Benue. Because of the capacity residing in that state to be able to do all that they want to do. Benue pride itself as food basket of the nation. But Benue people are impoverished not by design, but by deliberate negligence, deliberate is it deliberate ignorance now? What do I call it? But if you see the fact that Benue can generate, and I heard that, some mango in Benue, if you had to eat it, you carry it with your two hands and be eating it. As in, it's so heavy, it's so big. Sometimes people say, oh, do you know that in today's world, people want to eat healthy? So you know the trend? The trend is dry fruits, dry orange, dry purple, dry pineapple, dry different fruit. People dry, and they dry it in a way that it's gradually remove the moisture so you can keep it preserved. So likely, most of the nutrients, most of the vitamins, minerals, food nutrients are still there. Some will be lost in the course of drying, obviously, but most of them are still there because of the way it is designed. So it's most unfortunate. It is most unfortunate that with that kind of awesome design, some states in Nigeria are still claiming they are poor, despite the opportunities that orange present to them. Orange is a big business. Orange is a big business. Orange is a big business. Almost $6 billion. $6 billion is actually $6 billion is actually about over 2 trillion naira. Look at Benue. The total money that Benue need, a whole state need in a year. Let me look at budget of Benue this year. Let's see the budget of Benue this year. Budget of Benue is about 200 billion. About 200 billion. And Benue is making 66 billion. So Benue want to spend times 3 of his budget, of his income. Of course, like I said, typically, most of the excess will be funded with debt. Typically, Nigeria, most of it will be funded with debt. Most of it will be funded with debt. Even though they are not supposed to be funded with debt because they have enough. Like I said, Nigerian state have everything. Nigerian state have everything it needs to survive. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. But the governors have kept them poor and they've not been able to take advantage of the opportunities. Like I said, If you look at the people that can produce the citrus in Nigeria, you look at Benue. Then the next one is Nasarawa. You know, we look at Nasarawa also yesterday. Nasarawa State. Nasarawa State is next in line in terms of production of citrus in Nigeria. Can we check out Nasarawa State? Can we check out Nasarawa State? Remember, Nasarawa State is the home of solid minerals. The Nasarawa State, what? The budget of Nasarawa State is 86.6 billion. What? Let me check the income of Nasarawa State. 86.6 billion. What? Nasarawa State is such a conservative state. Total income of Nasarawa State is 55 billion. Nasarawa State also is very worse in terms of income generation. Is generating only 7 out of the 55 billion. Only 7. Only 7 out of the 55 billion. So the state is actually generating less than 20%. Less than 20%. Less than 20% of the income. But I'm okay with the fact that their budget is not so high. Let me see how much they are owing. Let's look at Nasarawa's debt. Nasarawa's debt, it's almost 100 billion. Nasarawa's debt is almost 100 billion. Uh, 85 plus 10, more than 100 billion actually. Nasarawa State have everything it needs to survive. Nasarawa State have everything it needs to survive. You know, the beauty of Nasarawa State is that, although even though he call himself, why Benin call himself Food Basket of Nation, Nasarawa say he's the home of solid minerals. But both of them, especially Nasarawa, have a combination of both. Both in agric and mineral, they both have what it takes. Only that maybe Nasarawa will be able to do more of solid minerals, while Benin will be able to do more of agric. But both of them have what it takes. Both of them have what it takes. Both of them have what it takes. Let's look at it again. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. So we said Nasarawa, Kogi State. I've talked about Kogi State. Ogun State. Oyo State. Let's look at Ogun State. You know what? I've not done much on Ogun State. Let me look at Ogun State. Ogun State is not impressive. Oh, Ogun State is impressive. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Ogun State and Lagos State are among the few states that the amount generated locally is more than the amount received from Abuja. Ogun State and Lagos State are among the two states. I think these are the two states in Nigeria. Two states that two states in Nigeria. The two states in Nigeria that their local revenue is more than their FAC. Ogun State is earning 84 billion and FAC is 39 billion. Total about 124 billion. 124 billion. 124 billion. It's interesting. Wow. And Lagos State is making times 2, more than times 2. Ogun State also is almost times 2. More than times 2 actually. More than times 2. That is lovely. But Ogun State can do more. Because Ogun State is still in debt. Let me see the debt profile of Ogun State. Ogun State is owing about 136 billion. About 136 billion. About 136 billion. Lagos is owing almost 2 trillion. I can understand why Lagos is owing that much. But Lagos can afford it actually because of the nature of Lagos. You can afford it. So my take is this, before I round off today. Let's look at the market first. Let me look at the market. Let me look at the market. Let me look at the market. Who are those that buy these oranges? Remember, the oranges does not have to be wet. It can be dry. The oranges can be dry. As in, when I talk about orange export, I'm not even expecting us to do much more of fresh. I'm looking at more of dry. The reason is this. Most of the places where this thing is being produced, some of them are far away and they need to be transported to Lagos. For them getting to Lagos, that might be a challenge. It might be a big challenge on the part of the exporter. So I'm of the opinion that we should begin to consider processing of the orange. How do you process it into dry fruit? Okay. The major exporter of oranges in the world are Spain, South Africa, Egypt, United States. Spain, South Africa, Egypt, United States. The major importer are France, Netherlands, Germany, Italy, Canada, China, Hong Kong. Canada, China, Hong Kong, South Korea, Italy, Russia, Germany, Netherlands, France. These are the major countries who are buying. So if a state is thinking of buying, so my take is that state can get improved variety of this product that have a lot of juice and begin to do juice extraction and sell the juice and make concentrate for it and sell the juice, or dry the fruit and export it, or export it fresh. Either way, you can contribute your own quota in the export value chain of fruit, citrus, of orange, and enjoy humongous $5.36 billion market for this product. $5.36 billion market. This is huge. This is humongous. This is great. This can be done. It can be done. It can be done. It can It can be done. It can be done. State governors can do this. And by the time I begin to analyze each of the states in Nigeria, and we begin to look at, and the analysis I'm going to do is, we're going to just take a product. As we take that product, we look at the land mass in the state. We look at the percentage of that land mass in that state. And what if that land mass is used to cultivate this particular product at this particular unit price, at this particular farming rate, at this particular profit to the farmers, and then is harvested and sold at this particular price, and coupled with the cost of export, and putting everything together, you will be amazed. You will be amazed at how much Nigerian states can generate from one product, one commodity, one agri product. But Nigerian states have refused to take advantage of all this. As I round off, I would like to say that we will appreciate deeply if you can share these videos with your friends, with your families, with colleagues. Remember, there are 4 people between you and the person you are trying to reach. If you share with your friends, your friend will share with another friends and another friends before it gets to the people we are trying to reach. If you share with your friends who know an SC or commissioner, and the SC or commissioner have a relationship with the governor, so you can see you know someone who knows the governor. You have a friend, and that friend have a friend who is in government, and that friend in government have relationship with the governor, and then it becomes easier for this governor to get to see. Remember also, our desire is to see how we can be of help to the state. And this for us is not just about making money. It's actually about contributing our own quota to national development. It's so painful when state governors says they don't have money to do what they need to do, even though the state have all it needs to do what he needs to do. But the state just says he cannot do what he has to do. So it's something we are trying to provide solution to. And we're saying governors can do this. Governors does not need, if a governor even need money to be able to do this project, number one, the governor should not do it himself. The governor should form a company together with a private firm who have expertise in this area. The governor to contribute his own quota. The governor can go to the market, capital market, and raise a bond payable over a fairly long period, and be able to use that bond or treasury bill, the fundraise from that, to do this thing. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars, but Nigerian state has been impoverished. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars, but Nigerian state have been impoverished. If you love your state, kindly share this video with your state. We have discussed orange today. We have looked at the market of orange. We have looked at the potential of orange. And we have looked at the states that can produce orange. I will go through those states again, just for the sake of those listening to us. Benue State, Nasarawa State, Kogi State, Ogun State, Oyo State, Osun State, Ebonyi State, Kaduna State, Taraba State, Ekiti State, Imo State, Kwara State, Edo State, Delta State. Delta is the least in that list in production volume, and Benue is the largest. Most citrus production is accounted for by oranges, but significant quantity of grapefruit, lemon, and lime are also grown. Fruit industry in Nigeria began in the Western Regional Government of Obafemi Awolowo in 1950s as a result of the downturn in cocoa trade. Consequent upon some pervasive microbiological attack, the government decided to start a pilot project in the cultivation of citrus and other fruits, primarily as a way of providing farmers with alternative source of income. Can you see how the Awolowo government love farmers, work with farmers, and in the bid to provide farmers with alternative source of income, he started exploring the potential of cultivating and exporting fruits. So we've been exporting fruits even during the Awolowo era to replace cocoa trade, to begin to trade in fruits. Decided a pilot project in the cultivation of fruits and other citrus products, primarily as a way of providing farmers with alternative source of income. Thus, Lafia Canning Factory in Ibadan was born in 1954 to feed the factory. There was establishment of Apogee Citrus Farm, backed with aggressive farm settlement scheme. Interestingly, it was bought by Fuman Agricultural Product. So, when you think of the kind of ideas Awolowo had and how he was able to harness the potential of this nation and generate so much income and resources from just working with farmers, creating farm settlement, then you can imagine that if this is happening in 1950s, what is happening to Nigeria today? What is happening to Nigeria today? What is happening today? This is the 1950s by Awolowo. We're already making money from export of fruit products, juice, concentrate, and the like being produced. 1954. In response to the challenge being faced by farmers because of cocoa. But it was moving from one agri to the other. Now, forgotten about agri completely. Thank you very much for listening this morning. My name is Dela by this Import-Export platform. See you in the evening by 6 p.m. as we continue our conversation on the fact that Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Bye for now.